We claim the country is struggling. We are buying SUV worth 120 million for every House of Rep member. Hey guys, on another episode of our program, Life Realities, Sports and Politics. So we're talking about a very controversial issue that deals with the Nigeria Economical state. And uh, before we dive into it, I would like to, make a small brief, you know, introduction and explanation about how the human society started. You see, in a very, very long time ago, when the human felt the need to have an organized society instead of war and to live like an animal, they said, okay, this is what we are going to agree to do. They are going to be, we are going to submit all our power to a single body. This body is going to protect us against external aggression and internal subversion. So this body is anything they say, we elect them there, we obey them. But their work is to protect us and make life sustainable for us. This was the agreement.
Yeah.
In politics, they call this thing social contract theory. In a situation whereby, we submit our power, and so it is a mutual thing. While we are submitting our power, you are making sure you are providing for our basic needs. Do you understand?
Yes.
But in a situation whereby the people who submitted our power to government breach this contract, that is what leads to protest sometimes or the other. Now, when this contract has been, bleached so many times, breached and not keeping up to it, it brings about rebels and so many things.
Revolution
Yeah.
and all that.
And
social contract theory, whereby the citizen and the government enter into an agreement whereby the citizen submits blindly to the authority of the rulers, and the authority of the rulers will come out and provide for social amenities, provide for, employment. But in the situation of Nigeria, we can see that the reverse is the case. We are not our democracy. We're not enjoying anything. So we want to know, and the implication of the removal of fuel subsidy on our economy, on our daily life. How have we been surviving from January? I mean, from for the past 1 year that we
over 1 year.
for the past 1 year
Sorry
we've
to
had
cut you
our
short.
okay.
I will be surviving. I have not been surviving. So you can continue.
Okay, so how we've been able to cope with the policies made by our government, and how this, running this over the year is not been easy. We just want to know how you guys have
See,
been.
like a layman doesn't understand much about, the economic, the in-depth of the economy and the societal, the political, the what really transpire within.
Yeah.
But you see, when Tinubu emerged as the president, there were noise that there's so many cabals that won't allow things to implement.
To work very well.
So, and one thing about Nigeria is if the sacrifices are worth it,
Yeah.
they will not mind.
Exactly.
Now, looking away from the president, you see the governors of states too are as terrible as the president. And I will get to that point.
Not just the governors as well. In fact, as a matter of fact, people from the house, they are even terrible.
When you go to civil service,
oh my God,
local government,
when you go, don't even mention these places. If you go to
hospital,
the way government officials are, oh my God.
My daddy had an emergency to be placed on oxygen. These nurses sat down pressing for and say, do you know how careless that is?
I mean,
I had a conversation with a medical doctor that was trying to explain to me that it is how they've been treated over the time being, and this is why they are reckless. And I said that human feelings should even allow to work. Seeing somebody, your recklessness can lead to somebody's death.
Yes, they don't.
Do you understand? You go to civil service, you go to local government, you see them, they barely even come to work.
You are just even going to be like, what is happening here? Are you sure this place is functioning well?
Do you understand?
Because
public school teacher,
in fact, but they make government offices like a marketplace where they sell and buy.
The government are not even helping. They are not. When you keep owing these people, they don't become effective.
It's just like
because
nothing is
owó wọn
absolutely
lórí.
working.
Do you understand? Okay, after the removal of subsidy, the president claimed that, or said he was going to use the money, instead of us using the money to pay subsidy, he will use it to effect change in the country. What effect has this brought to the
Over
country?
the year.
One thing I won't blame the president for is, after the removal of subsidy, they increased the allocation, monthly allocation of every
Every
state.
state,
You
and that
can't
has
take that
not
away.
been effective. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
it
I
has
don't
been effective.
in other states. I don't know about my
Every other
state.
state, every
Okay,
state,
let me just
including
say,
Ondo State. You, for
I don't think
example,
so.
during the filing time, they used to collect like 2.9 billion per month or so.
Okay.
Bao gets 9 billion, 11 billion or more. Now, this money are supposed to, fill up some places. Now, Yorùbá wọ́n á ní pé wọ́n ṣì ń rọ́ wọn sókè sílẹ̀ láti implement 70,000, and that's how terrible it has been.
And whereas when this present governor, this present government came in the administration, first thing they did is, increase all the government parastatal salaries.
Do you understand?
So now, why is it so difficult for them to pay the 70,000 minimum wage?
And if you hear about the
For
money
these people
embezzle, you go say that.
let's talk about.
They talk say they buy 120 million naira SUV
car
for people wey be say they buy brand new zero mileage
for
wey they
people
never
wey
use
get
for 2 years.
for people wey get business on their own that is generating money for them on
I'm
a daily basis.
Baba, I'm not even talking about their business. You see all these every house of senate abi senate house, wetin be the English, you dey buy am for them. You see, when the country is really struggling and everybody is barely surviving, you understand. But you people are spending lavishly.
Go in like
Tinubu bought a private jet of God knows millions of thousands of dollars, sorry, $1 million, private jet. I'm even is get emotional for me, so forgive me if I dey use am to wọnú ara. Okay, 120 million naira SUV
120 million.
for how many people? Now the case is, these people that you bought all this SUV for, of course, to see their favor and good side, so that they can always pass any bill you send to the house. Yeah, they have cars already.
Sure.
These people drive Prado, cars they bought zero mileage, not foreign use, not Tokunbo that you buy Tokunbo wey you go still go do Thanksgiving for church. This one zero mileage wey be say they don't buy. People wey dey struggle, you still they no take care of them. All these people wey be say they are more than comfortable and sufficient, you still now buy this 120 million for how many people?
That's not
You
the
see
most
the
annoying part
vice
of
president, 21 billion to renovate the vice president house.
Yes,
House
okay.
wey be say nothing really do am.
Okay. The
So
most
how do
annoying
you
part of
want
it.
people to be sorry, pardon me?
Okay.
How do you it's emotional for me. So how do you now want people to be considerate? You said Nigeria should understand, but the way you are spending money is so terrible,
so annoying.
Please,
Very,
you have the
very
floor,
annoying.
my guy.
Very, very annoying. Okay, let's look at this from last year, because it's been a year now. It's been like a year since the inception of this government. So I think the first thing they did was like increase their salary and every other government parastatals, and they're just and buy cars and all that. They don't even give how much is it called? 70,000. I don't want to use the F word. Don't mind me. They can't even allocate 70,000 naira minimum wage. Huh?
And that's
when you
that's
ask
on the
when you
government
ask
anyway.
when you ask a senator how much are you earning, they tell you they earn like 15 million naira.
That's not all. That's their basic salary.
Basic salary, like
So
15
many
million naira
allowances
in a month. And you people are telling us, are you saying these people cannot even sweat for us? They cannot. We are going on fasting and prayer.
Baba, you see some of these senators, they've been there for more than 20 years.
They are just rotated.
I say one person.
Yeah.
Some of them have been there for more than 15 years.
Yes.
And because you can go as many times as well, that's the retirement plan for them. And when they go there that senate house, they go just sit down. They never sponsor a bill. They never do anything.
If they no sit down, they go to sleep.
Or maybe they use newspaper.
Or maybe they press phone. Then they TikTok. Now we they see them.
And now the country has failed in providing for the security part too. See terrorists.
It's really, really
they
annoying.
enter TikTok. That
It's
they
really,
post money
really,
as they count
really,
am.
really,
So
really
have they not
annoying.
breached the social contract theory? The
Really,
security is not there.
really, really annoying.
Provision of social amenities, like
It's
my friend
not
stated,
there.
is not
Nothing
there.
is there. And
But
you
when the
know,
citizens rebel, you
it may
say it's a
they feel,
treasonable offense.
yeah, they be like
Maybe
they're
there's
trying to
something we
hijack
are not
government.
understanding.
I don't
You can
and
help us understand better.
do you know
Maybe
the
the
funny thing is, if you do the right thing, is when you can even create a job and employment opportunities for people.
of course.
So I don't understand. In this same country is where we read in news that people dig ground and hide money under the ground. Do
Until the
money
money
grow?
spoils.
I don't understand. Do
There,
money
wa-
grow? If you dig, I don't
there was
understand.
a news that somebody kept money inside a whole full tanker that they got to know in Kano maybe some 3 4 years ago. A whole tanker stashed with cash.
And you are now saying this, yeah, and you people you come and be saying they are elders. Mind the way you talk to elders.
They are
Are you saying
kleptomaniac in
are you
nature.
saying it's all elders that have sense
No, some
and
mumu dey grow old too now.
yes, foolish people grow old
But not
too.
like you should not respect your elders, but for deserving people.
Yoruba people will say, oh my god,
No be lie.
like money does not know foolish people. We can just come across anybody and be done for good. Because I don't know why you have money and you decide, instead of you to invest money and let your money work for you and get more money, you now decide to dig ground and keep that money under the ground.
No, it's
Do money
not.
grow? I don't
You don't
understand.
get the point. The point is they don't want to invest it. It's a whole lot of money. They do. They are, when you are investing, you are trying to amass more money. No, they are trying to hide this money from people seeing it. You know, when people know they have this money, they it might be questionable. Like, how did you get so much money? So that's why they don't want to invest it. They want to keep it
So now
till
what?
when they need it.
So
Some they will forget it there.
and
It will
so okay,
spoil.
now you that you have money and you went to dig ground and put money under the ground. Do you even know what is going to happen to you in the next 24 hours? The money you kept under the ground, who is it not one bricklayer that will be working one day that will just find it?
Now, if the money self never spoil by
Why are
then,
these people not thinking? Like,
or
are they not
maybe
reading? Are they not thinking? Are they not
people
educated? I don't
when they
understand.
want to talk, they say we don't understand how the government runs and no. This is not rocket science. If you feel like there's some things that we don't get or we are not accurately, stating in this video, you can tell us. This Ivory Coast guy, this guy that became their new head of state,
Yeah,
that the guy has been so effective in less than a year. It made me realize that if a leader really wants to work, they've tried to assassinate him more than twice.
yeah, yeah,
He has
yeah,
sent
yeah, yeah.
almost 1,000 youths
That's
to
why.
Russia, to China, to learn so many things, learn how
See,
to make cars and all of that.
you
If a
know,
government really wants to work, Nigeria can attract so many investors because of the
less than
resources
one
we
year.
have.
Let me tell you something. You know,
They talk say wetin the budget for that Calabar from Lagos na kini kan trillion. They call trillion like say na 2,000.
sometimes I'm
I
just sick
give
and
up
tired
abeg.
of
If you
talking
really
about
have
Nigerian
have
issues
a
and
point or
government
like
and all that,
something
because
against
it has been
this,
happening like this from the days of our forefathers, from the days of our father until now of our time, and that's how it's gonna be till our children
the
comes.
talk
So
no be even today.
no be today.
Because all this Awolowo sef wey all of una dey hype, Awolowo,
Overhype me because we they
Azikiwe,
don't
all of
say
they
we get one problem for
when
this
you read
country.
you
We
understand.
don't read, but our problem is say we know the too
Africans,
read.
black
Yes,
men,
we
you
know the
no
too
even
read. Now like ṣé folklore ni màá pè, like wọ́n ní tọmọdé ò bá gbọ́ àrọ́bá á bá ìtàn. It's more like pé ìtàn là ń gbọ́, like we just na wetin
anything wey
yeah,
you
na
hear
wetin people
na
just
you dey
tell us,
follow.
na we just dey believe, and
You
we
no
don't
you
read,
don read,
we don't
it's
make
bad.
research. That's just it. That
Awolowo
is
did
it.
couple of things but it's overhyped. So many things.
These people are
So
just
many things.
so now
It has always been from inception. It's
they are
terrible
just
and it's the greediness.
they are just
So,
overhyped.
but then if you feel like
They
I'm wrong about some things or we are wrong,
I won't
you
say this
can make
nation
us
have some,
understand.
but then let me just keep quiet. I don't want
Maybe I should keep quiet. I don't want to talk too sure.
to.
So thank you.
All
Share your
right.
view
Thank you. Share your view. We
and we'll
want you to like,
respond
comment, and share. Please try to follow us on
and
our
smile.
page. I remain my humble self. Very
Very
good,
good,
bad
bad guy.
guy.
Me, I'm not an humble person. So I don't remember humble self. Ademola Ovaloluwa.
All right.
Thank
See
you.
you next time.
Bless up.